Hello, hello, hello everybody. We're on the map Keep Off the Grass here for another 1 versus 1 cast here by your boy YamatoSpecial. On the top left hand side, the yellow player on Keep Off the Grass is going to be TTVDillon. I believe he streams on Twitch. Please go check him out. In the bottom right hand side, the blue player Pharowizard also streaming on Twitch, so go give him a follow and a like and say hey to both players here on Keep Off the Grass. Looks like Dylan pushing out here, playing the Soviets. Going to be pushing out with a couple grenaders, probably focusing down this wall. Yep, and we're going to be seeing a refinery build here. He's fully expecting his harvester to get in here and get those gems. Pharaoh choosing to do a different strategy here. Very interesting. Going to be building to the right and doing a little sneaky maneuver here. Maybe trying to stay as far right as possible and swing around the top. Let's see what Dylan can see here on the map. Dylan pushing down, definitely knows something weird is up here. We don't see any barracks, we don't see any flame turrets, we don't see any refineries going down. So if I was Dylan, I'd be very skeptical here. Looks like he's got a couple of units over here and also in the back door, wondering if Pharaoh is going to be swooping around. Looks like Pharaoh though is swooping around, so I'm not sure if Dylan's going to see this. No, he's not. Very interesting though, but Dylan going to be getting the gems here in the middle, putting down a flame turret, playing it very safe. Pharaoh though having a backdoor opportunity here, going to hopefully focus down these riflemen here, then maybe start picking away at this barracks, trying to stop the production here. Another flame turret coming down here though, going to clean Pharaoh's units up here pretty easily. Still has a barracks back here, so we'll see how this game plays out. Pharaoh go ahead and put down a refinery and settling for the ore down here, just bring some income in, knowing that he's not going to be able to poke in here too easily. One thing he could do possibly is bring a rocket soldier over here and maybe come in this way. But again, that would be, unless he builds over here, that would be a long distance mining here, so not going to favor him. Pharaoh though getting a nice squish here on some units, trying to even it up and do the best he can here. Currently a little bit behind. Flame turret doing a little bit of damage there to the tank. Definitely the rifleman doing some damage too, but direct hits from the flame turret on tanks can actually be pretty successful. A little bit hard to do though. Pharaoh pushing in here with his forces though, wisely taking out the war factory, out of range of the flame turret. The yellow player Dylan here placing another flame turret, but not sure if this is really the best option. Has a large force here of rifle units, but just going to get squished here by the small light tanks. Over here we still see some guys just kind of chilling for Dylan. Would like to see an attack over here on Pharaoh's base with those guys. Why not? Push away, try to stay away from the light tanks as best you can. Pharaoh coming up here though, putting some hurt here on the construction yard, forcing Dylan to repair, which of course is going to cost money. The light tanks pecking away at that. The infantry pushing these tanks away though, could easily probably focus this tank down. There we go. Pharaoh playing ring around the rosy with his tank though, wisely trying to do as much damage as he can, waiting for Dylan's units to bunch up like that and try to get the squash. Pharaoh bringing some more rifle infantry up. Looks like Dylan's going to be able to go ahead and contest this though and easily take this tank out unless he pulls it away. Both tanks unfortunately in the red currently. Dylan though still harvesting the gems, so going to have the economic advantage, and we can see that here. Definitely a lot more money coming in for him, but Pharaoh with the light tanks, so definitely would like to see something happen here with these heavy tanks. He's pulling them back up here, but Pharaoh easily just coming in with a squish. Gonna take down this construction yard pretty easily. No more buildings are going to be built here for Dylan. Dylan does have the now three tanks. Finally brings these riflemen up here to try to join the fight. Needs to start focusing down these light tanks. Dylan trying to Q move as best he can here to clean these tanks up. Pharaoh, of course, building more tanks here back at home. We'd like to see those brought into the fight. One thing you can do is listen for the unit ready command, or the sound rather. When you hear that, shift A and click, bring those units up, and do no good sitting here unless you're going to plan on defending. But Pharaoh definitely could use those tanks. Dylan kind of still in this game here, harvesting the gems, and has the refinery and the war factory. It has two power plants. At this point, probably, could either be building rocket soldiers possibly, but the infantry not going to be able to do too much here. The light tanks just going to be running by and trying to harass as much as possible and getting the squish. but enough rifle infantry can definitely shred tanks, especially the light tanks, if positioned correctly and avoiding the squish. So we'll see how it plays out. Pharaoh coming in here trying to take out the War Factory, though, negating any further heavy tanks from coming out. Looks like he's going to get it. And, well, Dillon choosing not to do the repair. Definitely needs to get that repair to slow the killing of that War Factory. It looks like his Flame Turret is trying to get a couple shots in here. Dillon, can he stay in this game? Definitely needs to be pushing. Looks like Dillon pushing down here, though, trying to do a sneak attack on Pharaoh's base. Doing a little bit of damage, forcing Pharaoh to fall back here. Dillon taking advantage of that, moving down with his units. Might be able to focus fire and take out some of these light tanks. We'll see what Pharaoh decides to do. Decides to go ahead and move up, though. And looks like we have a base trade situation, possibly. Double prong attack, whatever you want to call it. Dillon focusing down the War Factory, and well, Pharaoh pushing up here, trying to take the refinery out, denying any more money coming in here for Dillon, knowing that he doesn't have a War Factory anymore. So if he can take out the money, he can't build any more infantry here. Dillon choosing to go with the Grenadiers, which I don't know if I would agree with this. The grenades are not going to get necessarily the greatest shots or hits on the tanks. The tanks are just going to squish them pretty quickly, as you can see here. A lot of those grenades are going to miss. I'd probably opt for just sticking with the rifle infantry at this point, but wisely bringing these Grenadiers down here can do a whole lot of hurt on these buildings. Looks like he currently has one refinery left, and well, I think Pharaoh must have GG'd out. Looks like Dillon has two heavy tanks here, and well, Pharaoh sees the infantry coming in, so have to say that's probably a Dillon win here. It's really hard to tell on these replays. They don't give me any indication if a player leaves, and it's not completely obvious. But anyway, GG's to both players, and good job there, Dillon. And I hope you guys are enjoying these casts. We're having fun doing it here on twitch.tv/YamatoSpecial. Come hang out with us and chat in our chat here. We're having a great time. So we'll see you guys here on the next cast.